always blistering in August. 110, 115. Actually, though, I'm speaking of 16 and 13. A winning month, the first time in a year. Contending opponents are ticked off. Arizona's no longer the Washington Generals. Today, Barry Enright accepts the assignment of completing the sweep as he has followed through on every other task. He duels yet another Cy Young candidate in Matt Latos, the Padres, the Diamondbacks, right now. Boy, glad to have you with us. A unique start time as we come your way. Late afternoon. We like to call it our Miller Lite Diamondbacks Live. Some call it After School Special. It's the Diamondbacks. It's always special when you're piecing things back together on the first day of September, and you've got a chance at sweeping the division leaders when you're looking at the National League Western Division. The Giants victorious last night. Getting a little tight. San Diego continues their skid, and of course Arizona, as we mentioned, with a chance at a sweep. Hi there, folks. Welcome back to the ballpark. He's Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. We trust, well, your school day was a good school day. If you're just joining us, wherever you may be, we trust your week has been a good one. What an August it was for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And Gracie, quite honestly, if we would have talked about this in May or June when the struggles were really piling up, I think it would have been hard to believe. That's what makes it so encouraging.
Yeah, it is encouraging, and it's really been a lot of good young pitching and a lot of slugging the baseball, Darren Sutton. Guys like Stephen Drew, guys like Mark Reynolds, Chris Young, on down the line, Adam LaRoche, they've all been hot. And when you get hot at the same time, a lineup gets hot at the same time, man, you start putting big numbers on the board, and look what it leads to, a winning August.
And again, their last winning month was August of 2009, so very good news for the Arizona Diamondbacks. My goodness, we have a pitching matchup for you today. We start with Barry Enright. He faces Matt Latos, who is right in the thick of the Cy Young race, but Barry Enright versus fill in the blank, and Enright has answered the bell every time. Gracie, 11 starts, every start 3 runs or less.
Yeah, Barry Enright, you keep waiting for this young man's bubble to burst. Well, guess what? It's not bursting. It continues to grow. It continues to excel. And this guy just keeps impressing me, Darren Sutton. He's not as sexy as, guys like Hoop Baldo Jimenez and Steven Strasburg with their 100-mile-an-hour fastballs and their knee-buckling breaking balls. All this guy does is just go toe-to-toe with the best of them and beat them.
Boy, was that a who's who. Look at that list, and the beat goes on today talking about right-hander, hard-throwing, tough right-hander Matt Latos.
Yeah, Matt Latos, really nobody even heard of this kid up until maybe the All-Star break, but this guy is right there for the Cy Young Award. I mean, he is right there with guys like Adam Wainwright, Chris Carpenter, Tim Hudson, and Matt Latos. Remember that name, folks. This kid is a special talent. We're going to be saying his name for years to come.
All right, just about every game, right when we get ready to go on the air, Gracie lights my shoes on fire. It's an old-fashioned hot foot.
It's a hot foot.
He likes a prank. He likes to get it going. Boy, did we have one last night. If you missed it, Mark McClune will join us. He will, explain why there was some smiles, some laughs, and why, dare I say, it was raining men.
deep down, Adam's probably the only guy.
Of the first place Padres. The Diamondbacks finished off a winning month last night and plenty of smiles around the ballpark. The biggest coming from Kelly Johnson, who was got by his old buddy, longtime teammate Adam LaRoche, who changed Kelly Johnson's walk-up song to It's Rainin' Men by the Weather Girls. Afterwards, Jody Jackson caught up with the prankster and the prankee, and Kelly Johnson took it all in stride.
It's been one of my dreams to come out to that song for a long time. Deep down, Adam's probably the only guy that's known that. For the last 11 years, he's known it, and he's kept it to himself, and he finally helped me make it a reality.
I just thought it was fitting for Kelly. I heard that song a couple weeks ago, and he's the first guy that came to my mind. And, you know, it goes back to early in the year. I can't tell you what happened, but he pulled a pretty good prank on me. So I told him this was phase one of me getting him back.
Phase one?
Coming up, from funny to serious, Barry Enright takes a mound today for the Diamondbacks against hard-throwing Matt Latos of the Padres. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace have the call on Fox Sports Arizona, and it's next.
Brandon Allen actually in the starting lineup, starting left fielder for the Diamondbacks. Health is right there for Leo Rosales. It certainly feels good after undergoing a foot procedure. We've seen Tony Abreu for a long time up here, 131 at-bats, 7 RBIs, and pitching in many positions as Barry Enright is ready to roll. So the Diamondbacks expand on September the 1st. We are underway. Venable, high fly, right field, over, under, out, as that one is put away. Will Venable with a fly out to right field. 11 home runs. He is erased. Let's take a look at the entire starting lineup as penciled in today by skipper Bud Black. Miguel Tejada, Adrian Gonzalez right behind them. Ryan Ludwig, boy, they have missed him in St. Louis. Lost again today, Cards did. Headley, Hunley, Aaron Cunningham, Everett Cabrera, speed down there, and Big Matt Latos. The right-hander wears number 54, but he is 24. Barry Enright fires up in the zone. 1-0 the count to Miguel Tejada. Out of Stockton, California, went down south to Pepperdine. Last time out in front of about 150 folks that he knows and that are dear to him. He pitched his tail off. Miguel Montero calls off Mark Reynolds. And just like that, a couple of outs in the airs for Barry Enright. Defensively, he's in the air when he's right, so Brandon Allen's going to get tested. We've heard that he's played it in the minors. Look forward to seeing him play. The infield of Reynolds, Drew, Johnson, and LaRoche. Miguel Montero is behind home plate. Numbers delivered by the UPS store. Here's all you need to know. 3 runs or less in every start. In every single start, he has allowed 3 runs or less.
Which is incredible. Just incredible in 11 starts. You'd think a youngster especially would at least stub his toe once. And that's why. Beautiful fastballs, corners, knees.
And he's got a 4-pitch mix. There's the curveball. He'll also throw a slider. And he'll throw a changeup. In his first 11 starts, he is in pretty interesting company. As the 1-1 is a curveball that's low to the dangerous Adrian Gonzalez. Brandon started at a 2-1-3. We talked about how after 1 relief appearance, he reeled off 13 of these sort of starts with 3 runs or less. And right in the middle, and of course, Randy coming over as a seasoned veteran at that point. That's a little discussion there for sake of comparison. Hot shot, LaRoche. Right there to the bag. Adrian Gonzalez is erased. Ho-hum, another 1-2-3 inning for Barry Enright. And sponsored pitching stats. Barry, you shut out Mark Grace. Very few pitchers have done that. Flat out shut him out. He wasn't able to say a thing. Well, Stephen Drew has not been shut out or shut down as he leads it off, but this is the guy that's done it to many. Matthew A. Latos as that one sails high up and out of the zone. Tell us a little bit more about this hard-throwing righty.
His numbers right now, he could arguably be, if the season ended today, he could be your Cy Young Award winner. He has been that good. A good fastball that he can run up there much quicker than 91 miles an hour. He's got a good breaking ball, a changeup. He's got certainly all the weapons. People are just now starting to understand just how good this kid is. And Darren, this will be the first time a Cy Young candidate like himself, a youngster. This is the first time that he can really be considered a stopper. A guy, you know what? I've got to stop a 6-game losing streak for a first-place team. Let's find out if he's a horse like that.
The 2-1 to Stephen Drew, and the Diamondbacks hope to put a little chink in the armor of that candidacy, but I think you're exactly right. You come out and win a ball game like this in dominating fashion, and they'll reflect back on the day that you did it.
Exactly right. Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling used to do it all the time.
Stephen gives it a ride in the left field. And so the man out of Florida State, South Georgia, Drew, is erased. Let's take a look at the entire starting lineup, penciled in by Kirk Gibson and sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Going on down the road, it's Kelly Johnson, Chris Young, Adam LaRoche. It's Reynolds, Miguel Montero, 4 of 8. Gerardo Parra, Brandon Allen, and Barry Enright. Who can hit?
Plus, Matt Latos has really cool tattoos.
He's a big, intimidating figure.
Look at those stitches, like baseball stitches on his wrist. That is big league.
You like
You'd
that,
look
dude.
good in some stitches there, Darren. Come on.
Well,
I think you need to head out to the parlor right after the ball game.
Now, the day doesn't go by, Gracie, when you don't have me in stitches. With your fabulous sense of humor and your great Mark Reynolds reads. You keep
That
me
was
in
a big
stitches.
league read. Let's not kid ourselves.
Not the only one, though. The 0-2. Kelly Johnson lifts that one down the line. Johnson on the backside, if you missed us coming on the air, of a practical joke last night on the other side of one. The song, who sings it, Gracie?
The Weather Girls.
The Weather Girls. It's Raining Men was his walk-up song twice to home plate. And Adam admitted to doing it.
Much to the delight of his teammates.
As that one bounces in there. And Adam made promise that this is just stage 1 of my payback, so there will be more. And we'll document all of it for you on Fox Sports Arizona. But we just won't replay the music. Rules being what they are, and that's okay.
They're 96 miles an hour that time from Latos.
Latos, born in Virginia but grew up in Florida, Coconut Creek High School in Coconut Creek, Florida. Signed after a year in junior college, Broward Community College, was an 11th round pick of the Padres. Kind of a checkered high school career, if you will. Let emotion get the best of him a lot. He was kind of an angry young man who was not shy with aggression. 6'6", 225 pounds.
Big man. 22.
1-2 the count. Just got a piece of it. Our Geico quote a couple of his teachers. That's a good baseball name, by the way, Mike Couchet. He probably frustrated me more than anybody I've had in 20-something years of doing this. Greg Riddick, he was a boat with the throttle down all the way with no rudder. Speaking of the young man. Broke his bat. And the best part about it is, Latos will tell you, that's exactly who I was.
Hey, he admits to all of it.
I can honestly and proudly say I'm completely different from how I used to be. Things wouldn't go my way at some point, and in time it was almost like I'd throw a fit. And what for? It just wasn't the right thing to do. That's our Geico quote, both of them. That's part of who he is, though, part of the fabric of who he is.
What he's learned from.
And maybe, Gracie, as a player who played this game for such a long time, you can't teach that edge. Now, it was admittedly misguided, but he still has that edge. He just now knows how to use it.
That's exactly right. He uses it now to attack hitters rather than umpires or coaches or whoever it is that are trying to help him. Oh,
breaking ball, strike 3.
Oh, dear.
Defensively, the Padres go to work with a couple of new names we'll introduce you to throughout the evening. Aaron Cunningham, Will Venable, Ryan Ludwig. Chase Headley, Miguel Tejada, Everett Cabrera with Adrian Gonzalez at first. Nick Hundley is behind the plate catching Matt Latos. So now Chris Young. Goodness. 0-1 to count.
That's Cy Young stuff, isn't it?
Woo. Righties hit 193. Lefties hit 191.
And a lot of swings like that.
Well, and as Kelly Johnson proved, Gracie, if you throw strikes with a fastball, step one, but then a wicked 12-6 breaking ball, that doesn't discriminate.
No,
that'll
not at
hurt
all.
righties and lefties.
You can see just how tardy and what a defensive swing that was from Chris Young. He had a good rip at a fastball there. Latos knew he got away with one there. He tried to elevate it a little more than he did.
And Young just hanging around by getting a piece of it. He worked last year in 10 starts in the major leagues and gained great experience. Oh, there's that breaking ball, 1-2. That's the slider, and it's a 12-6 big slider. There's a curveball, it's about 78 miles an hour. Not many of those. Another slider away, 2-2 the count. Chris last night, bases loaded RBI in the 5th inning. Had 3 strikeouts that he sandwiched around it, but part of a team victory again for Arizona, wrapping up a winning month.
Part of the, even though it's so far Latos cruising, that's pitch number 21 right there. So the Diamondbacks have made him work, even though he's retired the first 2 batters.
He went around on a fastball. We got a good one today, folks.
A familiar face, Brandon Allen, who of course was up here last year. He has not slept. He played last night in Reno and got on a plane this morning, flew right down here to Phoenix, came to the ballpark. Kirk Gibson joked before the game that he wanted to give Allen a soft landing back in the big leagues by having him face Matt Latos on no sleep. And also Kirk Gibson saying that last year Brandon Allen was kind of the anointed one, had some holes in his swing. He learned down in AAA how to take pitches that were thrown to him that kind of exploited the holes in his swing and also foul those pitches off. So my question back to you is, you know, 2 guys that have played baseball professionally, how much can adrenaline account for no sleep?
Oh, I guarantee you, he's not feeling a thing. I mean, I played lots of times with no sleep. Oh, no, you're talking about travel.
Right. Like,
travel.
Right,
oh,
yeah,
okay. Okay.
Not by choice.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. Anyway, because he's back in the big leagues, and hopefully he looks at this as a big time opportunity for him, because I think he's going to get a lot of time out there to show what he's got as that one's ripped down the right field line.
Chase Headley serves that one into right. Parra on it with that good arm. Goodness gracious. Right to the top of the bag as he shows that arm off.
He likes to show it off too, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Let's take a look at the line drive. Adam LaRoche. Yeah. Well, that knee's bothering him a little bit. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson made a movie about that subject.
They certainly did. That was a good one. Very good call there, Gracie. Nick Hundley. Hundley with the assignment today, back again behind the plate. Corey Alba battling back problems, was a late scratch yesterday. Hundley goes after the first pitch.
These Padres are hacking early. They're wanting to hit fastballs.
Is that why?
I think so.
Looking for strike one. Well, this is a pitcher that gets ahead a lot.
That you just said it. If he's got a reputation, and that is Barry Enright, of getting ahead with his fastball, well, let's hit that first pitch fastball for a strike. So far, it's been 4 outs, a base hit, but a low pitch count for Enright.
Shoots him on over. A little bit of aggression last night against Ian Kennedy, and they got him early. They got Joe Saunders early, and Kennedy's a pitcher that has no problem making an adjustment to first pitch curveballs and changeups.
Yeah.
0-1 the count to Hundley.
Well,
look out in there. Hopefully everyone's all right. Great place to see a game down there in those dugout suites, but also a place you got to pay attention, just like when you're sitting in the dugout or on the dugout.
You definitely have to pay attention. You try not to be distracted by Scott Snyder's phone.
We did have a phone that wasn't on vibrate up here in the broadcast booth.
No, he's having a tough year.
Wow. Inside corner, locked him up with a fastball. I want to turn that phone down.
You see the fastball there on Foxmo right to the inside corner, and that just locked up Hundley. Good pitch. I don't even know if that was inside corner. That was pretty much right down the middle. Obviously looking off speed.
That's how Barry will operate. You will see him, and a lot of his strikeouts are looking. He doesn't have, per se, swing and miss stuff, but there is a sequence. He attacks. He sticks to the sequence. Oh, my. And he was right on top of with quick feet. That is, once it's done, his first big league pickoff.
He's thrown 14 pitches in 2 innings.
Did I tell you folks earlier, this promised to be a good one? D-backs baseball brought to you by Gila River Casinos. Big Mac's with us as well, proud partner of the Diamondbacks, and by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Come on, come all, and enjoy the billboards as Adam LaRoche hits a shot, and it's a foul ball. LaRoche, of course, now he was paid back a little bit just a moment ago as his walk-up song was, "Who Let the Dogs Out?"
Don't really understand that. Somebody got him back, huh?
Either that or it was being played right between innings before he walked up. One or the other. But you won't be hearing it either way.
It's those rules. Copyright infringement rules. Hey! Matt Latos letting you know, hey, I'm out here. I know you're hot, but so am I. It's a good matchup, power on power right here.
The 2-1. That's a slider. It's, as you said, up with the belt. Adam didn't like it. And for LaRoche, the story is when the calendar turns, he hopes that his hot hitting rolls right along with it. And a couple of games in which he hit baseballs into McCovey Cove, the only visiting player to ever do it on back-to-back days on the recent road trip. Knee troubling him a bit. Didn't play the first couple of games of this series. 87 RBIs. Third most amongst National League first basemen. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. 3 strikeouts in a row in front of Mark Reynolds. Latos last time out pitched against the Philadelphia Phillies. Pitched well. 7 innings, 1 run, 6 strikeouts, 107 pitches. It wasn't enough, though. In a no decision, his team lost 3-2. And they haven't won since.
Gas. Goodness gracious. Dialing it up a bit for a guy with 32 home runs. Hello.
To the count. Don't forget, every time a Diamondback homers this season, Fulton Homes donates $150 to the Youth Assistance Foundation. Reynolds 4 of 6 on this homestand with 3 home runs. He is done. That fastball.
That's 4 in a row.
Right up at his cap bill. He swung at 2 pitches nowhere close to the strike zone, and as you mentioned, 4 in a row.
Just a high fastball. 0 chance right there for Reynolds.
Miguel Montero had an opportunity late in the ball game last night. Did he ever cash in? Joe Thatcher came on, really tough left-hander. Bases full of Diamondbacks, and he doubled in a pair because he slapped it the other way. He didn't just slap it, he drove it.
I was going to say he hit the just by the base of the wall down the left field line for a ground rule double. That was the one that broke it open, Darren.
The 1-0. You saw our Mika Insurance hit zone for Montero. And this is a pretty thing for you baseball fans. The 1-1. Miguel was sitting with Gerardo Parra, John Hester, as the one single inning Aroldis Chapman threw last night for the Cincinnati Reds was replayed this morning on MLB Network. Of course, you're always watching the game. That's strike 3. That, by the way, is the Hotel Latos. It is now open here in the Valley. Pretty bold for a man to build a hotel and say good morning, Mr. LaRoche. Good afternoon, Mr. Reynolds. And, of course, good evening, Mr. Montero. Allow us to turn your bed down for you. Aaron Cunningham receives the assignment. Everett Community College in Washington as he hacks at the first pitch. Diving low and out of the zone. A classic pitcher's duel, and again, it's fun for Enright because he couldn't be more different in the way he goes about his business than Matt Latos. Cunningham holds those hands up high as the off-speed pitch is pulled outside. 1-1 the count, Aaron. This year, his work done in AAA in Portland, Oregon, hitting .251. Doing, well, bigger work here in the big leagues. A .308 hitter here in the major leagues in his 32 games. Lamb to pull on the infield as he gives it a ride to center field. Sends Young back. Still going. Up and under the balcony he is there to make the play for the out. Well, some young ladies were watching the ball game last night, and they've got a message for Kelly. Just the other side of the first base dugout. And Kelly, he gave him a little love as that ball was sailing down. Good sign. He noticed it.
He's a good sport.
He's a there he is. He's got a good smile. He can't hide it. So those ladies were paying attention last night. Well done, ladies. Cabrera takes it with him. He can fly. No chance.
Beautiful bunt.
Wow.
Just textbook drag bunt for a left-handed hitter right by the pitcher. And when you can run like Cabrera, it's an easy base hit if you just get it by the pitcher. Just a gorgeous play. When somebody does that well, it's just beautiful to watch, Darren.
Great speed.
Let's see if he's trying to steal second or if he's going to be bunted to second. I'm a big believer, one out. Go ahead and steal it and then let the pitcher bunt you to third.
Reynolds is way in at third. They are cheating in a couple of steps middle of the infield with Latos. They're looking for that bunt. Speedster Cabrera out of Nicaragua, initially signed with the Colorado Rockies. He was one of those Rule 5 selections for the Rockies as he is driven back to the bag. Cabrera was. Padres seeing that speed and 10s, 20s, hundreds of stolen bases in the low minor leagues, thinking you can't teach that speed, and so they have kept him on their roster the entire time, all last year, which they had to, and this year too. He just hasn't hit his way on much. Drops down the bunt. Reynolds only plays right out there in front. Boy, he snow-coned that ball initially.
I think in his haste to maybe try to get Cabrera at second, he almost forgot to catch the baseball, but all's well that ends well.
The only way you get Cabrera is if, for some reason, Latos hits a one-hopper to you. I mean, no chance.
Nicely done there by Latos.
So now the runner at second. Here is Will Venable. Of course, when you think of Nicaragua, when you think out there at second base, you think of Dennis Martinez, El Presidente. Pretty good one, wasn't he, Gracie?
He was a real good one. Had that good tobacco ball.
Did he?
Had a big chew in his mouth all the time, and he just basically gob all over the baseball. Be almost black coming into home plate.
Well, now wait a minute. That's not legal.
It was for him.
1-0 the count to Will Venable.
It was tough to pick up in Montreal, those tobacco balls.
Fly ball well struck into right center field. Chasing it is Parra. Sliding. Did he hold on? He's got it again. Back-to-back days. A highlight reel play. That one took away a run. Well, wouldn't you know it? Look who's leading it off. Gerardo Parra closing that gap back to the pitcher's mound. The pitcher, by the way, waited on him to thank him for his efforts. That's always a fun thing to see. So we play on. And you better be making great plays and not giving up any runs with Matt Latos on the mound. Right away, there's Parra. Blood coursing through his veins after making that fabulous play. Grabbed a cup of water and whacks a slider into left field. Here's the play one more time. Our Chaz Roberts cool play.
He has a long way to go. Goes to a knee. Takes out a nice big divot, but like all good etiquette, you replace that divot and look back in the dugout. The first guy to greet him, the pitcher. Thank you very much.
Waited on Young, by the way, who tracked down, covered some acreage earlier in that very same inning. Well, welcome back to the big league. Certainly a tough assignment for Brandon Allen. Last year, had 4 home runs, 14 RBIs in 32 games, did Allen. This year in AAA, hit .261, homering 25 times, but with 83 walks, had an on-base of .405 in AAA this year. Grew up in the outskirts of Houston, Texas. Made his debut last year as a Diamondback, if you'll remember, in front of a lot of love, simply put. Family and friends in Houston. Acquired Tony Pena, sent to the Chicago White Sox. Allen coming back the other way.
Tell me about that Kirk Gibson quote about being anointed.
Well, that was Mark McClune. He captured that quote.
Okay. Tell me a little more about that.
Well, I think we'd like to do that. Mark, tell Gracie a little bit more about what Gibby said.
Well, I asked him in going down to AAA for the entire season what Allen had to work on, and Kirk Gibson said that he basically came up here last year. He was the anointed one, the guy that could do no wrong, and then he found the more and more at bats he got, the more and more the league got to see Brandon Allen. They found holes in his swing, and responding to that was the tough part. So he was able to go down to AAA, hit for average, hit for power, and in those holes of his swing, which I don't know if we can see, with his first at bat here in the big leagues, as Gerardo Parra's picked off, is how Brandon Allen is taking pitches he would have swung at last season.
Gotcha. Well, that's just a big mistake right there by Gerardo Parra. I mean, he's not going anywhere. He doesn't get dirty. He's just out.
Wow.
Good call. Good call.
Fastball buried into the kitchen of Allen. I think the temptation for any organization when you make a trade for a young player, in the case of Brandon Allen, is bring him up and prove that you did the right thing.
Well, sure.
And that's, I think, what Kirk Gibson was referring to.
No, he did all right. He didn't fall on his face last year in the major leagues. He did in the Arizona Fall League. That's where he really struggled.
2-2. Allen goes the other way with it. Come on in. Still coming in. There's a big league hit for Allen. Slaps at that one, just protecting. Nice 2-strike swing. Isn't it a shame what occurred a moment ago with Gerardo Parra?
Well, base running mistakes they just really, really take the air out of you.
So Allen is on again. An on-base percentage of .405 with 25 home runs in AAA. Now here's Barry Enright. He's got 7 hits in 23 at-bats. All those guys we told you about coming on the air. He's not going to have to worry about hitting against a tough pitcher. He's bunting now. Pushes it to the right side. Only play.
Beautiful bunt.
Is to retire Enright. So Allen in scoring position for Stephen Drew. Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the next day.
Well, Brandon Allen, no, he's hitting 1,000. He's not hitting 0. So that's good to see.
I mean, you have to have the opportunity to bat 1,000 at least once.
No, I don't think there's a space for a 1 up there on that scoreboard.
Breaking ball is high. 1-0, the count to Stephen Drew. They changed it, Gracie. They just moved the decimal point over.
See? Hang on.
Look at that.
Whoops, let me try that again.
The 1-0. Breaking ball drops a curve. Now that's the curve ball. 1-1 to count to Stephen Drew. Drew 1 for 4 last night. And an 8-game hitting streak that has seen him with 17 hits in that time. It's a .459 clip. Fastball popped up. Don't forget, hop online right now. Jack Magruder talking baseball on FoxSportsArizona.com. Latos this year at home. And everything tastes better at home, doesn't it? Like that cold one. Latos at home, a 2.08 ERA, but on the road, a 2.41.
How about that?
Steven drives it into right center field, hangs up for a while there to make the play. And a fine play is Venable. Now, 2 gappers that had RBI written all over them in the last inning with both of these clubs hauled in. To the game, as always, brought to you by the Health and Wealth Raffle, healthwealthraffle.org.
What do we got today?
Visit the website. First couple of drawings coming up very soon, as that one is a rocket shot. Tejada picks on a breaking ball and homers. A hanging breaking ball. He spun right around on it, and that is the 8th home run allowed this year by Barry Enright. 1-0.
My goodness, was that ball ever tattooed on a line? I was thinking double. This ball is just killed. That had plenty of distance on it. Tejada likes to homer against the Diamondbacks.
That one is in. They're enjoying that one. I like it.
Why wouldn't you? You're in first place, and now you're You take the lead behind your ace, Matt Latos.
Miguel has 3 home runs and 30 at-bats this year against the Diamondbacks. Over the inside corner, 1-2 the count. Yeah. The red hat getting darker red as the sweat starts to pour through it. Bouncing ball. Kelly with a long way to go. No chance. So our key to the game, again, brought to you by Health and Wealth Raffle, healthwealthraffle.org. Barry versus another volcano.
Huh?
Well, I think the guys came up in the truck with this one. It ties into your favorite movie, Joe versus the Volcano.
Tom Hanks has never been better than in Joe versus the Volcano. That's true.
When you talk about a volcano, it's, well, just Barry Enright taking on all these mountainous pitchers, these aces, these Cy Young Award winners, and he's just glad to do it.
Ah, okay, I got you. Barry versus another volcano.
Well, and the guys, I think, respect your ability to critique a movie, and so they know how.
That's one of his best performances I've ever seen.
That
on
is
the silver screen.
1-1 the count to Ryan Ludwig. I know on the next trip when the team heads out of town and heading to Denver, we're watching it as a team on the flight.
Joe versus the Volcano.
Absolutely.
I got you.
Well, upon your recommendation.
Meg Ryan being sacrificed.
Hot shot. Reynolds is there. My goodness, Ryan Ludwig leaned on that one. Ludwig hitting just 184 against Arizona this year. You couldn't tell that time.
Tom Hanks, a lot of people give him a lot of credit for Castaway, and deservedly so, but even he personally thinks he was much better in Joe versus the Volcano.
So that's our key to the game.
A lot of people talk about Forrest Gump, Saving Private Ryan. I'm more like bosom buddies.
Mm-hmm. That was a sitcom, correct?
Yes. I liked him in Big.
Very good in that movie. But nowhere near the character that he played in Joe.
That's true.
The 0-1. 1-1 the count to Chase Headley. Headley singled back in the second inning, was picked off in an eventual pickoff caught stealing on a 1-3-4-1. Barry Enright, no problem getting right in the middle of that play. But Headley this year, 22 hits against Arizona, hitting .355. And a switch hitter to boot. High fly deep. Allen tested heading into the corner. Leaping! Wow, what a play by Brandon Allen.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, I guess there's your answer. He can play left field. Not going to see much better, Darren Sutton. What a fabulous play by the first baseman turned left fielder.
And by the way, that was his first play in left field in the big leagues.
Oh, wow.
Now he is, as we mentioned, been honing his craft in the minor leagues at that position. Well, this is a unique ballpark.
I guess he's honed it pretty well.
And this is a unique area. You get into that corner with the chain link and the triangle. We talked about it last night. Ryan Church trying to get comfortable out there. High pop. Now, there was a homer in this inning, and that certainly put a chink in the armor of these Diamondbacks. But we won't soon forget this. The first ever put out in left field by Brandon Allen. All of 33 games this year in the minor leagues at that position. Bottom of the fourth inning. And you hope with a little bit of defensive momentum, this club can maybe find something offensively. The tough thing is, again, they're man on the mound. A changeup sails high to hard hitting Kelly Johnson. Kelly struck out back in the first inning. Latos already with 5 strikeouts. And that plate extended a bit. 1-1 the count.
Well, when you're in contention for the Cy Young Award, you get that pitch.
Kelly in an 0 for 15. And that curveball, a dandy. 1-2 the count. The 1-2. Fastball blows him away. Kelly, part of a big prank last night as Latos gets him. What is baseball's best prank? Well, what is that, Gracie? Key to the batter's box at the bat boy?
Key to the batter's box is when you ask a young bat boy that might not know any better, hey kid, you need to go find the key to the batter's box. And the key, it's a big part of baseball. He'll run up to somebody and say, I need to find the key to the batter's box. And, oh no, I don't have it. The guy, Bud Black on the other team, the manager for the San Diego Padres, he's got the key to the batter's box. So the kid runs over to Bud Black. No, I don't have it. Got my bullpen coach out in the bullpen. So the kid runs all the way out there. Oh, no, I don't have it. So you always end up sending him to the umpire's room. The umpires always, hey, I don't know, but somebody got you good, young man, and all that kind of stuff. So that's the key to the batter's box. And
that's A.
But Kendrick to Japan. Ken Kendrick's going to Japan. I want to go.
According to the guys in the truck.
But he can't. He owns the team.
Well, that one is back to the screen. We kid, folks. Mr. Kendrick, we kid. That's Kyle Kendrick. It was the Philadelphia Phillies. The manager, the general manager, the television station that covers the team, all were in on a press conference, an interview that had Kyle Kendrick a couple of springs ago traded to Japan. And he bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Well, if he knew anything about me, you can't be traded to Japan. Your contract can be bought or sold to Japan, but you can't be traded for like Ichiro.
He was moved to Japan, and he was told, good luck. And they put a mic in his face. His general manager was there. And
that's hard.
The 3-2 fastball up and in. Nice job, Chris Young.
That's mean, rotten, and nasty.
Of
All
course,
right. What's the next one?
The hot foot, which is
That's like when I was playing there. That was almost like a daily occurrence that my feet would be on fire.
Okay.
And then, last night, Adam LaRoche changed the walk-up song of Kelly Johnson. Awfully funny. And there's countless others that I got, that I fell into. Very gullible.
Boy,
what's your favorite, Darren?
Well, I had it pulled on me, so I'm going to say the key to the batter's box.
You had it pulled on?
Oh, you
boy.
bet.
And so there's also some, you can vary that to the bat boy. Hey, Joe Saunders is pitching today. He needs some left-handed curveballs. Can you go find some left-handed curveballs? Okay, and they'll run over to, and everybody's in on it as that one's fouled off. And so the game is you send the poor bat boy all over Kingdom Come looking for left-handed curveballs. But the good part of the story, before you start feeling sorry for the bat boy and all that stuff, or the bat girl, usually once the jig is up, you give them a big bunch of bats and autographed baseballs, and you give them a nice potpourri of gifts for being a good sport. Last night, that was awfully funny, the Weather Girls. You've seen the bubblegum bubbles on top of helmets. That's always a good go-to, as Adam LaRoche just got put away by Latos in that big-time fastball.
That is 7 strikeouts for Latos. So now Mark Reynolds. Mark struck out last at bat. Starts him off with a breaking ball. 0-1 the count. 32 home runs, 83 batted in for Mark. And as we mentioned, 4 of 7 on this series with 7 RBIs and 3 long balls.
He's seen 5 pitches. They've all been strikes. 4 swinging, 1 called.
Latos last time out, 6 strikeouts. Struck out 10 Cubs 2 starts ago. 9 Giants 3 starts ago. Oh, and 2 the count. Well, trying to figure out what pitch to go after. It's like a fan trying to figure out what scoop to have. Boy, folks having a good time at the yard. Whoa, hey. Wow. I like that.
Take that to David Letterman.
Because he likes ice cream?
No, those are human tricks.
Oh. 0-2 the count. Folks enjoying the ballpark. Glad to have you enjoying us today. If you are, inviting us into your home anyway. It's a Team Latos shirt that fan is wearing.
Team Latos? Let's see. He's putting the team right on his back today so far.
He talked about the importance of this start in the middle of a 6-game losing streak. These Padres over the outside corner. That's strike 3.
That boy can pitch.
8 of 12 outs, strikeouts for the right-hander. Fifth inning, 1-0 the score. Padres on top of the Diamondbacks. Glad to have you with us as that one sails in to Aaron Cunningham. Well, for Enright so far, the lone blemish, Miguel Tejada's 11th home run of the year. Enright has never faced the San Diego Padres coming into this outing. Reynolds can't get there. Cunningham is on the move. And we roll out our AT&T trivia question. And I think you folks are going to like it. Put on your thinking caps.
Let's hope so.
Name the 3 Padres all time with 30 or more stolen bases and 10 or more homers in a season.
Adrian Gonzalez.
Here's Everett Cabrera. Slaps that one. Allen again tested. Ranger. Of course he runs it down.
Do it, son.
He had to play shallow because of the speed of Cabrera. And because of that, was in a couple of extra steps. His only 2 plays in the outfield so far, fabulous.
Headed towards that corner. As you said, he's got to play shallow. And he shows some great closing speed there, running it down. He's putting on a show in front of the boys out there in the bullpen. Nice play again, Brandon Allen.
Here is Matt Latos. Little pitch out, seeing if they can sniff something out. Again, his time in his entire minor league career. And Gibson hands that opportunity to Allen out there. 7 seasons in the minor leagues, 577 games, 33 of them in left field. All of them this year. All of them recently.
Whatever it takes to get to the big leagues.
That pitch is high. 2-0 the count. He played this year, Allen did, 73 games at first, 33 in left, and otherwise it was first base all the way through. And of course in 09 acquired in the trade that sent Tony Pena, relief pitcher, to the White Sox. Reynolds gets Latos. Enright goes over and covers third as Cunningham moves up.
Another good bunt there from Latos. Man, you love that. A guy that can help himself. You don't have to be a Mike Hampton type hitter. You don't have to be a hitter like that, or a Dan Herron. We got used to Dan Herron being a good hitter over here. Well, if you can help yourself by being a good bunter, Darren, boy, what a weapon you are.
Might get you another inning or 2 in the ball game, too.
Doggone right.
High fly left field again, Allen. This time he squares up, makes it an easy play. 3 chances, all handled nicely. Enright quietly doing his thing. 5 innings, 1 run with solid defense behind him. Glad to have you back at the ballpark. The 3 Padres all time with the 30 stolen bases, the 10 homers. Tony Gwynn, Steve Finley, and Reggie Sanders. And, of course, Venable with an opportunity to do it this year. So that was a great trivia question.
Didn't really care for it all that much.
Well, neither did I. The 1-0. And I'm told Kurt Zacher, our fine statistician, that was his trivia question.
Yeah. We like Kurt a lot. That might be a trip to Gibby's office for Kurt.
Either that or we'll get together and have a trivia meeting. Good 30 or 40 minutes sit down.
In Gibby's office?
No, just all of us. We'll all get together.
And solve nothing?
The 2-1. 2-2 the count. Montero going down on strikes, locked up with a fastball back in the second inning. Curveball popped up. Putting that one away is Miguel Tejada. So Montero picked on a breaking ball up. A Quest high-speed internet high-speed pitch. Latos reaching 97 miles an hour. And Barry Enright reaching 91 miles an hour. Love that. That promises to be maybe to be us later on today, running around, getting home. Maybe
it'll still be nice and warm out.
Enjoy an early exit time. I like this game time. This is fun.
Yeah, you give the Padres a break on getaway day. And also, Darren, gives you time to get home and maybe celebrate your daughter Lily's birthday.
Well, that's exactly right. She is a 9-year-old today.
9 years old. That wonderful girl is 9 already. Well, as we get a little break in the action, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lily. Happy birthday to you.
Listen to your dad sometimes. 0-2 the count.
Just throw him a bone once in a while.
The 0-2. Parra, base hit, right field.
Two for two now. Parra got a base hit his last time up, but was quickly picked off.
Paradise Valley. It's across from uptown.
Hey, what?
Oh, he's getting the home in Paradise Valley.
That's like up there in that high rent where you live.
Oh, don't even start. Base hit into right field. Paradise Valley. I like that play on words.
I do like that.
Members only, though, by the way.
Oh, kind of like that snake pit?
Oh, the website. No, it's not really at all what we're talking about. 0-1 the count, Brandon Allen. Those are the jackets you always wear on the flight. You still wear your members only jacket with the button down shoulder.
I'm glad you let everybody know that I break that out from about 25 years ago. I do. Love those shoulder tops. They still look nice.
It really does. 1-1 the count. Brandon Allen. He has done a great job defensively. Couple of fabulous plays. He has handled all 3 of his chances. Again, to remind you of his minor league numbers: 261, 25 homers. And he saw very clearly down there because he walked 83 times. He saw it very, very clearly.
Kind of a neener there from my friend.
Hey, now.
Whoa.
Reenacting what we wanted to see when the Nationals were in town.
Having a Donnybrook with himself.
One and two the count.
He's still got his teeth. Don't punch yourself anymore.
Whoa, that's not. Let's
kind of
not.
a self-inflicting thing.
All right, we might want to.
Okay, that's about enough of that.
Let's not have him on
Starting
anymore.
to make me uncomfortable.
He's a cute kid.
Very cute.
Stop beating yourself up. High pop up left field. But I'll tell you, that young man, you know what he would love to do with that energy?
What's that?
Settle in and play a game of Kachiko, because he promises to be a winner. It's brought to you by our good friends with Gila River Casino. Mike watching it into a prize all the time. Mike and Vanessa out there. So Gila River Casino, stop by section 111 at Chase Field. Hi, guys. Here's Barry Enright. Fastball inside corner, says Mike Everett. 0-1 the count. Adrian Johnson, the first base umpire. Mike McGlinskey, the second base umpire. And Tim McClellan is the man at third. He's the crew chief. That pitch is high. 1-1 the count. Stephen Drew waits on deck. Well, there's something about a well-pitched ball game when you're speaking about the man who's hitting Enright, that even though you're being dominated by an opposing pitcher, you feel like you're right there.
That's what he does, and it's what he's done ever since he's gotten to the big leagues. If you're going to beat this kid, you're going to have to beat him in a low-scoring game like this. Still a lot of ball game left, though.
On 1-2. Pokes it to the right side, and it's a foul ball. I think he lost the bat there.
Need some new lumber. Yes, he is.
We mentioned to you earlier, Enright hit in the minor leagues and is hit in the big leagues. He is 7 of 23. That's a 304 clip. A couple of sack bunts, make it 3 now. Didn't hit it all at Pepperdine. He is hit as a pro. The 1-2. Breaking ball. Flips that one up and into the seats.
What a nice play in the stands. Have a look-see here, Darren. Nicely done. Old school Padre fans.
Yeah, that's a nice play. The 1-2. Strike 3 over the outside corner. He keeps stacking them up. But he's riding the ball game, Mr. Enright. Both far. Barry Enright, incredibly economical. Economical, my friend, you are not. And your likeness anyway.
But I don't seem to see Mark Grace out.
So you're looking for yourself.
Maddie and Gonzo are looking for.
Unbelievable that this is what occurs. Look at you. Look at your likeness.
Look for the DMX Legends race.
That's just terrible.
I mean, as the count is 0-1 on Miguel Tejada. And this is what I'm told, that you spoke with your likeness, and that's the deal.
Well, they've been recalled. Must have got a couple that slipped through the cracks. He's probably been sitting in my section every time. Poor guy.
Wow. The 1-1. Just off the plate. 16 of 19 batters for Enright coming into this matchup. 3 or fewer pitches. 3 or fewer pitches, and he'll get a decision. He's only thrown 45 pitches as he works here in the 6th inning. Popped up our way. As that one is bouncing down below. Great effort there by Kurt Zacher. He almost had it, our fine statistician. Now he's putting it on him just as we talk about the economics of Barry Enright. Tejada is making him work a little bit, but he is still such in good shape. There's a ground ball, Reynolds. Long throw. You said it. It looked like for a moment he thought he might be losing his footing or leaving his feet, better said, but he didn't.
He got in between. And then he really does a nice job of just sticking that paw out there, making the grab, and getting it across the diamond for the first out. That is really a good play by Reynolds. Much more difficult than he made it look.
He never was able to get in proper throwing position at all, and put plenty on it.
He's just such a good athletic player.
A hanging curveball is fouled straight back. You see Reynolds enjoying some seeds down there. Meantime, we see some sunlight peeking through the windows here at Chase. Down the line it goes. No balls and 2 strikes. Taking a look at our hit zone presented by Amica Insurance. You really can't beat him away because he'll hit it the other way. Hit it out. Adrian, 27 home runs, 87 batted in. Hanging around. Marlins' #1 pick in 2000 out of Southern California's, and better said San Diego's East Lake High School. Spent about 12 years of his childhood living in Tijuana. As he gives that one right deep left field.
He's got huge power to the opposite field. That's what makes a guy like that just so dangerous. And a guy that you just want no part of a lot of times, because he's got power to all parts of the ballpark, Darren. Not only, he doesn't have to pull the ball to hit a 3-run homer.
He does pull the ball. It heads to the corner, racing and running it down. There has been some great outfield play today by these Diamondbacks.
Well, these Diamondback outfielders, especially the corner outfielders, really being tested. This time it's Parra showing some good closing speed right there and running down a would-be extra base hit off the bat of Gonzalez.
That one is belted in the left center field and down. Ludwig is on the move. Ryan hustling it around into second with a double now. So it's a stand-up double, but with 2 outs. The 6th hit by the Padres, his 25th double of the year. Just got a note here. Email foxsportsarizona.com. The world's host, Matt Vasgersian, is checking us out today.
Yeah, what's going on with Matty?
Well, he really enjoyed the young man at the pool we were showing.
That, I got to admit, got a little bit disturbing.
Kind of reminds me of Matt, that young man.
You know, that's very well said.
He used to, call Padres games and occasionally just slug himself right in the face.
True, true. Hold his breath for as long as he possibly could until he got his way.
Well, we love you, Matty. And thanks for dropping us a note. How about that beautiful family?
I want to remind Matt that I am not his father.
I remember that when he held up the sign. He'll be disappointed about that. His old club called Padres games for years, Brewers games before that. Now, baseball's host, as we like to call him. Or better said, the world's guest.
Yeah, world's guest, one of the best in the business. One of the real good guys.
You bet. Anyway, he dropped us an email. He logged on to foxsportsarizona.com. And he went to the Diamondbacks page and he emailed the booth.
Did he?
Oh, you bet he did. 1-1 the count. He sent us that note from his limo.
He's New York Big Apple guy now.
The 1-1. Buried that in. Slider down and in. And Headley, that's a pitch that's tough. Very tough to keep fair.
If you hit it hard, it's not going to be a fair ball. In order to get the barrel of the bat on that pitch, it's so perfectly placed inside. To get the barrel of the bat on the ball, you're just going to pull it foul.
Headley went to the University of Tennessee. Padres second-round pick in 05. Grew up in Colorado, Fountain, Colorado. As that one sails up and out of the zone. Went to the University of Pacific for a brief time, which is in Barry Enright's hometown of Stockton, California. This is a young man, before he ever started traveling in baseball, traveled at the college level because of this game. This is really his coming out party this year.
Oh, wow, what a pitch. What a pitch.
Maybe his coming out party this year, but this pitch right here, it's his going back pitch. Somebody might want to grab him his glove. Game, the story has been a man that, well, since he has left school, has been dominating pro ball, and the same can be said by this young man. Barry Enright, Matt Latos, both doing fabulous work. 1 run in this ball game, that is it. Enright has had the help of great defense behind him. Parra and Allen, a home run by Miguel Tejada, and that's where we stand at a 1-0 score. But our game summary has allowed us again to look back with a lot of pride in watching the growth defensively of Brandon Allen, a brand new outfielder. Steven hits a high fly ball. And it's a can of corn out there.
A lot of very easy outs today for these Padres and Matt Latos.
So Drew is erased.
Second baseman, Kelly Johnson.
When you think about Latos, he had an outing on April 26th. He went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 7 earned runs in that outing. Since then, that was April 27th on, his ERA 1.67. That's since late April. 1.67, number 1 in the National League. In that time, opponents have hit 175 against him, the best. As Kelly takes in his base runners per 9 innings since then, 8.2. I mean, he keeps the bases clean. That's the best. All of those the best in the National League. He is right now on a torrid pace. Kind of curious what will knock him off track, if anything. Maybe nothing.
I don't think anything's going to. I think this guy's the real deal.
I mean, understand this. He has reeled off 13 straight starts in which he has given up 2 runs or less. 13, 2 runs. Not earned runs, folks. 2 runs or less. And you can talk about no-hitters and perfect games, and those are fabulous and a big part of history. But when you start putting together runs like that, it's incredible.
It's got to start getting national attention sometime soon, doesn't it? We know about him.
Jake Peavy, the last to do anything resembling it as a Padre. That's strike 3. Johnson.
Darren, can I read a promo?
Well, certainly, I think. Yeah, you know what, you can.
This Saturday from 10 to 11:30 a.m., families can come to the ballpark and play baseball right on Chase Field during a D-backs Training Center's baseball clinic. The baseball clinic will cover hitting, fielding, throwing. All ages and skill levels are invited to attend. For $60 registration fee, it includes a 1-hour clinic plus a ticket to attend the D-backs Astros game later that day. To register, call 1-800-821-7152 or log on to dbacks.com/camps.
Good looking read there as the pitch is low, 2-0 the count. A lot of good looking youngsters at the ballpark.
Gonna get that peanut.
Over the outside corner.
Hi, guys.
10 strikeouts, by the way. That is tying at this point his career high. As that one is low, 3-1 the count.
Still plenty of gas in the tank. 93 pitches into this game.
That streak, by the way, of 13 in a row, 2 runs or less. Who's done it? Who's done it last? The 3-1. Driven down the line to the corner. Gone! Off the foul pole. We're tied at 1. Wow! That's a Fulton Holmes homer, by the way. Youth Assistance Foundation, good friends of Fulton Holmes. Breathtaking there, truly, to see that occur.
And another line drive down the left field line. Now it's just a matter of fair or foul. And you see, bang, right off the pole. And just take a listen. Well, a line shot right off the pole. And it's a fun game. Two young pitchers going at it toe-to-toe. A pair of solo homers, it's all it's been.
80 runs batted in with that homer for Chris Young. 80 runs batted in. Again, putting it juxtaposition to last season.
Absolutely right. Been an amazing year for him.
And we'll do it with every milestone, folks, and it deserves to be mentioned as that pitch is up. 2-1 to count. 14 homers allowed, 14 this year. The 2-1. That one is fouled off just to finish the thought that incredible home run steered us off of. And this speaks to Latos and even Young. The last major league starter to have a longer streak than the 13 in a row, 2 runs or less allowed, was Greg Maddux, who did it 14 straight times from August of '93 up until April of '94. 16 years ago. They have a beautiful shift put on. It is perfect. A screaming line drive. And when you folks are all ready to tie this ball game up, go ahead and ring the bell and ring it loud. Visit online at southwest.com. Blimpie, America's sub shop. West high-speed internet, blazing fast speeds that won't print up your wallet. Your Valley Hyundai dealers. Visit valleyhyundaidealers.com. Good friends and partners with Southwest Airlines, Blimpie, Quest, and your Valley Hyundai dealers bring us back to the ball game. First pitch swinging. It's skied up toward that closed roof here at Chase. Stephen Drew erases Nick Hundley.
On pitch number 60, 6-0. And that's one out into the top of the seventh. Talk about economical. Latos has been brilliant, no question. He's almost at 100.
I mean, you look at his first 3 innings, none of them double digits. None of them. 7, 7, and 8. Strike one.
Just been a strike one machine. If you ask Greg Maddux, he brought him up earlier. That's what he said. He had that written on the bill, underneath the bill of his cap. Strike one.
Outside. 1-1 to count. Aaron Cunningham. Originally a White Sox draft pick. Junior college in the state of Washington. That one is chopped foul. Diamondbacks picked him up in June of 2007 for Danny Richard. And then in December, he was part of the Dan Herron deal. Herron and Connor Robertson, or co-robber, as Gracie called him.
I did. He was one of my favorite D-backs.
Along with Cunningham, Anderson, Evelyn Smith, Carlos Gonzalez, and Chris Carter. High fly. Well struck. Going back, and it is Chris Young. He is there, and he hauls it in. You know he's a fly ball pitcher. Be on your toes, and today these guys have in the outfield.
Now, co-robber, pay attention. Complete your 2010 bobblehead collection this Saturday, September 4th, when the D-backs take on the Astros. The first 15,000 fans will get a Miggy bobblehead courtesy of Subway Restaurants. Call 602-462-4794 or log on to dbacks.com/giveaways.
Ryan Webb just back up on a September call-up warming in the pen. Can't tell if he is alone or not. Looks like there's a lefty. That's Thatcher out there. Homer Brewer. Breaking ball is away. So far, 66 pitches thrown by Berry. 48 of them have been strikes. 18 of them have missed out of the zone. It's back toward the pitcher's mound. He was ready for that curveball, and so Cabrera is on. And that is it for Latos. In this 1-1 game, he is called back. Matt Stairs, who recently set baseball's all-time pinch hit home run record, gets the call. Canadian-born and a longtime veteran. Latos does not want to come out of this game.
No, I can't say I blame him. He's probably either upset about that or giving up the solo home run. But what, he was impressive. Again. He is none too pleased. I have a feeling something might take a good beating down there in the tunnel. That's all right.
That's who I want on my team.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm Bud Black, I want him mad at me right now. You don't want a guy that's looking to shake hands right away. So now Matt Stairs, as we mentioned, longtime Major League veteran, really a big part of this locker room as a presence. And his home run back on the 21st day of August, the all-time pinch hit home run record. As he pounds that one off the plate. 8 of 40 as a pinch hitter. 3 doubles, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. 18 years in the major leagues, 12 teams in the big leagues. And those 21 home runs, no one has ever hit more in a pinch. Can't imagine the exhilaration of hitting a pinch hit homer, let alone being able to experience it 21 times.
I can't imagine it.
You guys were
I
talking.
never experienced it once.
Well, Gracie, you talked about it near the end of your career. You filled that role for a while, and you and Matt were talking about it in San Diego.
It's not easy.
He loves it, though. Tough, huh?
Well, because he's good at it. Some guys are just meant to be good pinch hitters. Good fastball right to the outside corner by Enright.
Easy mechanics, and when I say easy, I mean effortless in a sense. Great balance hanging over the rubber. He repeats his delivery every single time. Doesn't vary in his arm slide. That's a big part of the ability to have that command. Curveball just missed. Montero even wanted it further down than that. 2-2 the count.
Nothing fancy.
Oh, no. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, just good, solid mechanics.
Stays on line with home plate. That lead arm, that glove arm goes out. It leads him to the plate. It's like you teach it. Textbook. Changeup. Sails outside. Maybe rush just a little bit.
And that means a run and start here now for Cabrera at first base. Any extra base hit now will give the Padres the lead.
Three and two, 2 outs. LaRoche will drop back and play behind him with a left-handed hitter up. Here he goes. Here it comes, and it's into right field. Charging. He'll have to play it on a hop. Tara reached right into that sunlight. And so runners are on first and third. Base hit. Matt Stairs and Cabrera. That jet engine took him right around to third. So Stairs extends the inning for Will Venable.
Got a change up in the zone. He got it off the end of the bat, but it was just enough to get it in front of Gerardo Parra. Had to play it on the hop. Cabrera off to the races. Man, that's speed. That would have been nice.
That, by the way, to Matt Stairs, was the first 3-ball count. The first on the day for Barry Edman.
Oh, I believe it. Really the first time he's been out of the stretch. Hardly at all. He's given up 8 hits. But only the solo shot so far has resulted in a run.
So a little bit more. It's nail-biting time.
He's facing Will Venable that has flied out 3 times. These Padres are a first-place team, and they find a way to win the close ones. See if Enright can dig deep. Oh, he just went right after Venable with a fastball and jumps ahead. Once again, 0-1.
San Diego in the middle of a 6-game losing streak. Padres and the Diamondbacks both identical at 16 and 13 to wrap up the month of August. As Springer Vasquez warms. Reynolds in at third. Fastball. Did he bite? He did not go around.
Bo Porter very dejected by that call from Tim McClellan.
That one is low. Venable, a fine college basketball player at Princeton. Also played baseball there as well, but an all Ivy League college basketball player. Same could be said about Chris Young, who is working his way back to health. Pitcher for the Padres, both of them Ivy Leaguers, basketball players.
And smart. Don't find many of those kind of ball players.
2-1 the count. Bouncing ball into center field. Boy, what a beautiful at bat. Stairs looking for that extra base. Look at the 40-year-old hustling on into third. Let's walk you through this huge at bat for Will Venable.
Well, it starts off with strike one with the fastball. Didn't get the call there. And now it's a change up and just a little ground ball up the middle. Boy, when you put the ball in play, good things can happen. So nicely done by Will Venable. And boy, 2 quick outs to start this inning. But the Padres pieced together back-to-back-to-back singles, and now they take the lead 2-1, and Matt Latos is the pitcher of record.
Well, and he was certainly frustrated. He had that bulldog attitude that you want in a pitcher, but Bud Black's decision has the Padres leading.
That's exactly right. That's why he'll probably be manager of the year. Sometimes you got to make decisions that upset your aces, and sometimes you make decisions that have to upset your best players. But the bottom line is he's paid to win baseball games. Oh, and 1 the count.
This was earlier, a hanging breaking ball, just got over the wall. Looks like Chris Young would follow with a line drive just over the wall off the foul pole. Buried a fastball in. Allen, a late break now. He keeps charging in. Brandon is there to put it away. But a big RBI by Will Venable. Enright. 7 quality innings, but only 1 run to show for it of support.
In your Major League Baseball career. So when I say to you National League Baseball, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Pitching and defense.
Yeah.
And we're being treated to a real good pitcher's duel today by 2 pitchers who are completely different. I'll break down just how different they are, and yet the end result's so similar.
We'll look forward to that. Darren, Mark, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, right on the money, and looking forward to a pitcher's perspective on this ball game. We'll see what happens between now and then when we're talking with Todd and Joe. Luke Gregerson, a fabulous slider. That's pitch number 1 that he leans on out of a small school, St. Xavier University in Illinois.
St. Xavier has a very good program there up near the Chicago area.
NAIA baseball?
Yeah, they run a lot of really good players out of there.
A level of the game that is at times overlooked. Steve Wojciechowski from there. Remember Steve? Played in the big league, St. Xavier. Here's Mark Reynolds. And that pitch is away, almost a show-me fastball, correct?
Yeah, Luke Gregerson got one of the best sliders in all of baseball. He's missed with a couple of fastballs, which means I'm going to have to throw a slider, try to throw a strike.
That is the A pitch. By the way, anybody but Matt Latos.
Right now. Yep, the slider it is.
And Mark knew it was coming.
He's got one of those sliders, folks, that as a hitter, you can look for it and still miss it. Here it comes again, I would imagine. Yeah. He missed with it just off the plate outside, 3-1. Usually Luke Gregerson's got 2 pitches. 1 is the fastball, 3 is that great slider. Let's see what Hundley wants, 3-1. I would imagine he's going to throw down the 3. It's his best pitch. No, he wants the fastball. Okay, let's see what happens. Reynolds looking slider.
So the slider is the A pitch. The change of pace, if you will, is the fastball. 3-2.
Oh, missed badly with the fastball. Lead-off walk.
Yeah, let's see what the Diamondbacks have in store now.
Follow Fox Sports Arizona's coverage of D-backs baseball on your iPhone, iPod Touch, BlackBerry, and Android with MLB.com at Bat 2010. It features play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit dbacks.com today on your iPhone, iPod Touch, Android, or BlackBerry for more details.
So runner on. By the way, for Gregerson, in his previous 5 outings, he has not given up a hit. Has only walked 1. As that one sails up and away, jumps at the plate with the slider there, misses badly with it.
And that's going to bring out a visit from the pitching coach, Darren Balsley, who has done a great job with this San Diego staff. And been there for years and really gotten a lot out of some pitchers that not many people around this country thought much about. So, boy, are they good.
You know, Balsley and Bud Black, proud of their current regime. And they have enjoyed working with him, but they all give Kevin Towers a lot of credit, too, for his time.
As well they should.
Two runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Padres. A run on 4 hits and no errors for the Diamondbacks. Montero.
Oh, man, he got a slider that stayed right there. Took a mighty rip at it, but he came up empty. He'd love to have that one back.
Miguel is 3 of 7 with a double. No strikeouts. A .429 career batting average against the man on the mound. Sold him on a fastball away. Miggy pulls it to the right side. 6, it's thrown away.
Well, that could easily break a thumb or a finger of Miguel Tejada. The throw was poor.
We had the 4. We thought we had the 6 to start the double play, and in the end, you've got nothing.
Yeah, Cabrera comes up with it, but it's a poor throw. And Tejada tried to barehand it. Obviously, he couldn't. Well, you got to worry about his throwing hand. Wow, what a huge break for the Diamondbacks.
Well, they give the air there to Miguel Tejada, but
that's silly.
They'll see again that
that's an error on the second base.
Tried to actually reach out and barehand that ball.
It was because it was thrown way to the barehand side. Parra bunting, and not very well.
Parra 2 of 4 in his career against Gregerson. With a walk, boy, that was a double play. I mean a double play with Miggy's wheels. 2 outs on a silver platter. And Everett Cabrera in there for his speed. Literally. David Eckstein with the day off today.
Well, you want to bunt this ball firmly to third base if you're Gerardo Parra, and you will have a successful sacrifice. Or just take a rip at it and foul it back. And very upset with himself, Gerardo Parra. He got a couple of hits this afternoon. He thought he got a good pitch to hit there, and all he did was foul it off, and he was very frustrated.
Brandon Allen, who has played a quality left field, waits in the hole.
Rusty Ryle in case they go to Joe Thatcher in the bullpen. You got to get something out of Gerardo Parra here, though. You got to get at least a productive out of Gerardo Parra.
Trying to get him off the hook. Maybe get a couple of runs. See if they can get him a victory. Barry Enright. Hot shot on a backhand. Cabrera cannot come up with it. And everybody's safe. Cabrera handcuffed there. The base is loaded. Nobody out. Very different play than the one a moment ago. That was a torched baseball.
That ball was smoked. That'll go as a base hit. But Cabrera didn't stay in front of it. Tried to side saddle it. As this ball is just drilled. Cabrera does all he can. He knocks it down. Everybody's safe. And now, what does Bud Black do? Does he go to his left-hander or does he stay with Gregerson? Looks like he's staying with Gregerson. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Tony Abreu has a bat. He's in the on-deck circle. That may mean the end of the night for Barry Enright, or late afternoon, better said. But the man in the hot seat right now, Brandon Allen. Swings and he misses.
There's that slider.
Brandon's never faced him in his brief time in the big leagues last year.
I'm sure he's been told by Jack Howell and a lot of his teammates, this guy's got a very good slider and he's going to use it.
Up.
Just missed with it.
And in this year in AAA, 271 against left-handed pitching, 258 against righties. So not a huge difference. That one's belted deep right field. Brandon Allen with a grand slam. What an amazing 2010 debut for Brandon Allen. Today, playing like the chosen one. Chris Young hit a slam on April the 9th against the Pirates, the last one. A Fulton Holmes homer. Very understated young man. That is it. That is the end of the afternoon for Lou Gregerson. They got their one. They needed two to hopefully help Enright get a shot at a win. They got a lot more than that.
Slider stays right above the belt, and Brandon Allen had 25 in the minor leagues. He's got one huge one in the big leagues.
Right, but he earned that smile.
And
Just
that
a
man,
fabulous
yeah.
ball game.
That's the definition of a hanging slider. Brandon Allen just kills it on a line deep into the right field bleachers. And, you know, there's talk of maybe moving back the fences. I'll tell you what, if they moved the fences back in that situation, Darren, that would have been a grand slam.
Goodness, Brandon Allen, you waited all year long. You had a chance last year.
You make a highlight film catch earlier in the game, and then you go slam to give your team the lead in the 8th inning.
Tony Abreu is done. We saw him last year. We saw him attempt to earn his keep at first base. Adam LaRoche was brought in to play first base. Joe Thatcher and his numbers. And Allen was, at the time, not the option. Started hearing a little bit about work that he had going on in backfield, starting to at least work on playing in the outfield a little bit. No designs on being in the major leagues when camp broke. Ground ball out to the right side.
But Darren, there's an old saying in baseball, and that is, you cannot hide a hitter. If you can hit, they'll find a place for you. And right now, first base was not the place for him because of the addition of Adam LaRoche. And Adam LaRoche has been terrific on both sides of the baseball.
Yes.
Offensively and defensively. But this guy went down there and hit 25 home runs in Reno. Had himself a rock-solid year down there. Left field has been a bit of a black hole for the Diamondbacks this year.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
So why not put an outfielder's glove on? Come on up here and hit a few long balls in the big leagues. You cannot hide a hitter, Dan. And for instance, the team you used to work for, the Milwaukee Brewers. If you can hit, you're going to the big leagues. They will find a spot for you. You might be a left-handed outfielder. They'll play you short if you can hit. They don't care.
Left field this year for the Diamondbacks. 242. 5 homers. A 302 on base and a slugging percentage of 344. Thatcher came in and restored order. By the way, Matt Latos was not out there working. Anybody but Matt Latos. There was some shoddy D. And then this man who waited all season long just for a shot to get back. Talk about cashing in. Debut, our State Farm out-of-town scoreboard. Manny Ramirez, a winner, as the White Sox beat Cleveland 6-4. By the way, a series now in Boston is up next for Manny. St. Louis losing again. Again, Houston won that ball game 5-2. And Philadelphia on top of LA 5-1.
7.5.
6-1, half dozen of the other. I mean, if Cincinnati can win, they're taking on Milwaukee. Jordan Norberto. Now, this is a tall task for the young left-hander.
He's in to face one guy.
Some quality pitches, and so far he has done it. Diamondbacks now put themselves in position to extend the Padres' losing streak to 7 games. And to start the month of September 1-0 and to sweep the best team in the National League for a majority of the year. One and two, the count.
Yes, he did.
Wellen said he did not go around.
What do you think, Darren? I said he did.
I think he went around. We had in our umpire show last year, our crew sharing with us that one of the toughest calls, period, is an appeal play on a check swing with a dark bat.
That's exactly right. That's what they say.
And so,
and intent also is big. And was he more trying to get out of the way of the ball, or was he more trying to hit the ball? All of a sudden now 0-2 to 3-2. A young pitcher's mistake. A lot of times they start trying to strike you out rather than just get you out. Try to get him to chase something out of the zone. Now it's 3-2, and Adrian Gonzalez back in the catbird seat.
The 3-2 pitch. Outside, walked it.
Well, what a big mistake that is by the youngster. If he hits a home run, you still have a 2-run lead. You've got to make that guy hit the baseball.
Kirk Gibson making a change. While we do, we want to congratulate all of our colleagues. Found out last night with the Emmy nominations coming in. Fox Sports Arizona receiving 23 of them. We mentioned the umpire show nominated. And, of course, for Todd and Jody and Mark, very deserved. And the 10th inning with 5 nominations. So congratulations. Best of luck to all of our colleagues. And best of luck to Aaron Heilman. He's coming on. 5-2 the score. These Padres are dangerous right now. Going. And the assignment accepted at this point by Aaron Heilman. That's a frustrating call to the bullpen with Jordan Norberto, by the way.
Well, it had to be. You're 0-2 with a 3-run lead twice. Miguel Montero came up out of his crotch. Crouch.
Off the glove of Reynolds.
So the Diamondbacks return the favor here on the other end. But twice, Miguel Montero came out of his crouch wanting high fastballs. He got 2 high fastballs. But what are they? They're balls. Trying to get in, chase out of the strike zone as that one's ripped down off the glove of Mark Reynolds. And you end up walking somebody with to lead off the inning with a 3-run lead. Now, just like that, the tying run is at the plate.
You can expect that approach a little bit more in a 1-run game and the nerves that go along with being a young pitcher. You got to make him. He cannot hit with no one on a 3-run homer. He's a great hitter, but he doesn't have the ability to hit a 3-run homer with the bases empty.
That's exactly right. And Jordan Alberto's got a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got good stuff. He can get lefties out with strikes.
That one sails up and away.
Like you said, you get to 0-2, you're young, your adrenaline's falling. All of a sudden, you try to strike guys out rather than get guys out. Like I said, his catcher wanted 2 high fastballs. Good fastball there from Heilman in the strike zone.
1-2 the count from the veteran right-hander. 2 runs, 10 hits, an error, and a big error it was.
Yes, it was.
6 left on base, San Diego. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. 3 left on base, Arizona.
Gas.
Now that'll do it. Somehow I think Headley kept thinking he was going to get that patented Heilman changeup, and he never did.
See, you can get swings and misses at fastballs in the strike zone. And that one is right down Broadway. And because you've got a good changeup, it's right by Chase Headley for an out. And I'm not trying to pick on Jordan Norberto at all. I just think a lot of times you give opposing hitters too much credit. And you start getting them to try to chase out of the strike zone. Next thing you know, you're 3-2. You just miss. And you're being taken out of the game because you walked the leadoff man.
1-0 the count, 1 out. 5-2 the score. Bouncing ball. Through. Johnson. Double play!
How good was Aaron Heilman in that inning?
Well, he came on and cleaned things up, and Mr. Norberto, you need to buy the next steak for that man. Inviting you to think inside of the pole. And I mean just inside, banging off that ball. And a big part of the ball game. That kind of edged the confidence meter. I think that homer and every inning thrown by Barry Enright reminded this team they were in the game.
It's also nice to have Matt Latos out of the game, too. That'll help your confidence.
Ryan Webb. The last time we saw Mr. Webb, he was frustrated that the talented, athletic, at times home run hitting Justin Upton dropped down a bunt to reach against him, and he murmured as he walked off the hill. He was
soda cracking.
Murmured all the way to Portland, and now he is back. As that one is inside to Chris Young. This homestand continues after a much-deserved off day. The Diamondbacks, with their balance of the rotation, more off days to deal with and handle and use, which will be good. Our Miller Lite what's brewing. And then it's interesting. The Astros come to town. Here's what's interesting, Gracie and folks. This team is 22-12 in their last 34. They just got done sweeping the St. Louis Cardinals, maybe ending their postseason hopes.
Well, they're going to, those Cardinals, for them to, it's going to take a miracle for them to come back and overtake the Cincinnati Reds.
And then the San Francisco Giants come to town. This is a great rest of the homestand. And time's running out to come see your club play ball. And to come see Major League Baseball here at Chase.
You'll see some good teams down the stretch.
The 1-2. Fly ball center field. So Young was erased. Remember, it was his home run, a big home run early. Well, the wild card, too. Where does that stand? What's going on with the wild card? Philadelphia right now leading in the wild card. Colorado and St. Louis both at 5 back. Colorado coming in a little bit more of a position, I think, of momentum, though, than St. Louis.
Is that up to date with St. Louis's record?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Because they've lost today. The Dodgers have lost today. 5-1 to the Phillies.
That pitch is high. The 1-0. The other way. Beautiful piece of hitting for Adam. A little sinking fastball down and away. Webb with a good one. LaRoche saying, I know you're playing me to pull, but if you're pitching me away, I'll just take it.
That is pretty to watch when Adam LaRoche does. He's got a pretty swing anyway. He goes the other way like that. Well, that's nice. Driving it the other way. Nobody home on that side of the infield.
Broke his bat. Is it a Texas leaguer? You bet it is. Reynolds, who had walked, struck out a couple of times, makes contact. The bat, well, it passed away happy because it delivered a base hit.
But when you are as doggone strong as Mark Reynolds is, you can hit a ball just above your thumbs and get it out over the infielder's head. Yeah, it's nice to be able to hit him 500 feet, but he hit that one right off the pine tar of his bat. Well, he's got some good pine tar working, doesn't he? That's a good shot of what a broken bat looks like. And it's not maple. That's a good ash break right there.
Is it?
Where nobody gets hurt.
Miggy, the right approach. Fires that one up and into the stands. Arizona trying to win this ball game, sweep the San Diego Padres. Make it 6 in their last 7 and improve their record since a couple of days into August to 15-11 in their last 21. Or 26, I should say, and sweep the Padres and hand San Diego their 7th consecutive loss. Breaking ball, a good one, 0-2 the count.
And I like what you say, and I am 100% in your corner where You're not out to spoil it for the Padres. You're out to win it for yourself. You're out to show other teams, we're not going to let you come in here and just kick us around.
They're coming to town next week. The Diamondbacks took 2 of 3 from this club I'm speaking of. But do you think the San Francisco Giants are noticing what the Diamondbacks are doing?
And the Colorado Rockies and people in the wild card chase.
Now the Giants appreciate it right now.
Sure.
Popped up, long run, Tejada, another Texas leaguer.
I would imagine Webb is thinking, what do I have to do? I'm breaking all kinds of bats. Miguel Tejada doing everything he can. And when you're in the midst of a bit of a losing streak like the Padres are, it seems like all those fall. And in April through August, they were all caught.
Kind of the same months last year, too.
Good point.
0-1 the count. Last 5 months of 28 as well.
Good point. Paradise Valley. Oh, man.
And if you go, borrow Gracie's members only jacket.
That's right. Still got the cream colored one. It's big league.
Slaps it, and that would be the luck if that one was dropped in.
You can actually throw it in the washer and dryer. Looks just fine. Holds up nicely.
0-2 the count. Brandon Allen waits on deck. 5-2 the score. All of the youngsters now on our after-school special, settling in at home. Glad to have you with us. Hope your school day was a good one. Parra lifts that one up and into the seats. And if Gracie, if you don't mind bearing with me,
I'm with you.
My daughter was running around earlier. Just a quick second happy birthday wish to my daughter Lily, who is looking on, 9 years old today.
Happy birthday, Lily.
And her sister Abby is watching as well. And their friend Julia, they're ruining her birthday as big sisters. That's what they do.
That's what they do. How dare you get some attention?
BJ Upton, Justin told us BJ thought he had all the answers.
Abby, we love you too, honey.
1-2 the count. Bases loaded, needing add-on. Right back to the hill. Drive. There's outs everywhere to be had. You just need two. And he ends up getting Mark Reynolds. 3 big outs to get. 5-2 the score, and Arizona sweeps the San Diego Padres. It's Big Goot. This is one of the later plays in his day. How's this? Now, you bet the heart was pounding. He hit it to all of you out there. A grand slam home run in his season debut.
It's a way to make friends in the dugout, too, isn't it? People want to sit by you, talk to you, maybe take you out to dinner tonight.
Out of Montgomery High School in Texas, outside of Houston. White Sox 5th-round pick in 2004, born in Conroe, Texas. He was a great high school football player, a linebacker.
Well, if you're from Texas, you've got to play football, don't
And
you?
he played it very well. He was a hard-hitting linebacker. A quick
Like
thought.
Kelly Johnson?
Oh, no, he's just a hard hitter. He's a hard hitter. But Mark McClune, this young man could play a little bit of high school football in your neck of the woods, couldn't he?
No, certainly. I can't help but think back to 53 weeks ago today when Brandon Allen made his major league debut in Houston, Texas. Kind of a wide-eyed rookie walking in a Minute Maid ballpark in his hometown to play his hometown team, the Houston Astros. And can't help but notice today how much different the expression on his face was today, because back then the eyes were wide, kind of taking it all in, kind of took his breath away a little bit. And today, just very focused, very confident. One thing that Kirk Gibson said before the game is that he wasn't timid anymore in the outfield, and I think we certainly saw that with the diving catch there early in the game. Now, I go back to one of my favorite Geico quotes from Brandon Allen's dad, Paul. We used it during the Houston series when he's made his major league debut, talking about Brandon that he used to bring his glove to church as a kid. He sometimes would forget his Bible, but he'd be sit there in the pew with his glove, and no doubt that Paul and the rest of the family are watching right now back in Conroe.
Well, congratulations to his family. It is only one game, but you can never take away a memory that will last forever. As you can see the numbers on Juan Gutierrez. It's not just one game to them.
Truer words couldn't be spoken.
To the right side now. It is one game and a big one for Juan Gutierrez, for a Padres club that is scratching and clawing for any bit of confidence they can find. And you really don't want to give him at all a crack in the door.
Nice job by Cunningham of taking an 0-2 pitch and just swatting it the other way.
So now Everett Cabrera. One 1-0 the count to the speedy San Diego Padre. Singled a couple of times. He has scored a run. Still a batting average that has him watching a lot of games from the bench. It's at 210. On base at 285. A little chopper. You'll have to hurry to get to it. But that's a big first out. Runner on first. Still, you stay away from any sort of tying run coming to the plate.
Number 14, Oscar Salazar.
And here's Oscar Salazar. Salazar, 32 years old, picked up from the Padres last year from Baltimore, was part of the additions to the roster today for the San Diego Padres.
Had a little time this year. Teammates call him Sally.
Well, an innovative and creative nickname as he gets ready to hit.
I think I like seeing Gutierrez the last couple of outings, throwing a lot of strikes. That's what got him into trouble early in the year. A couple of walks would come in front of a long ball, and next thing you know, your ERA is around 12.
The 1-0. Boy, buried that fastball in. Salazar thought he could back leg it. He had no chance. 1-1. There had to be a little late life there, because Salazar attacked that baseball like he planned on sending it to the bleachers, and it was on him. He couldn't do anything with it.
A little bit up and a little bit in. Trying to do the same thing.
Broke his bat. Mark Reynolds. There's one. On to first. The Diamondbacks sweep the San Diego Padres. Gutierrez, since June the 10th, an ERA of 2 3/4. Barry Enright, fabulous. Brandon Allen, what a Diamondbacks debut. This club, folks, in red, since the calendar switched to August, and yes, I know it's now September, but since August 1st, this club is 17-13.
A perfect way to end a great series against the best team in the National League, the San Diego Padres. A double play ends the 8th, a double play ends the 9th, and some happy D-backs, and good for Barry Enright. Call him the Dragon Slayer.
I'll tell you what, just keep adding great names that Enright has defeated. Last time it was Lincecum. This time he steps up and beats Matt Letos. The second sweep, I should say, of the year, the Mets, the other club. Let's get on out to the post-game show. We want to keep you with us.